Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host,
Grandma Gail.
So as you can see, or if you're listening, we are in New York City this week.
And we're pretty in pink.
Yes, because we are going to talk all things Valentine's Day, since we do love to talk about dating and it is coming up.
It is coming up. It comes by every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it's
year.
right after the Super Bowl, actually, this year. This is the first year that they're so close. So everybody is going to be so exhausted from the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is the 11th or the 12th.
Oh, well, that doesn't affect me. I'm
Well,
not actually neither.
It affects Taylor Swift and what's his name, Travis.
Oh, why he's in the Super Bowl?
Yes, he's in the
I don't
Super
know
Bowl.
these things.
Well, they're
What are the odds of that? That seems a little coincidental. Like she planned that or something. She
Well,
rules the world.
Yeah, she
maybe.
rules the world, unfortunately.
So since last Valentine's Day, I don't think anything is different. I was single last year too. Yes.
Well, that's it. You're single.
Right. Yeah, that is true. And nothing has changed for you, obviously.
No, I'm going to do the same thing I probably did last year. We'll have dinner.
Mm-hmm. Well, we usually do a family dinner.
I don't know whatever we'll do. We'll do something.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I think last year you decorated. You had a whole decoration for your friends. No,
yeah, well, I did like a little.
Were you in Florida last Valentine's Day? I think you might have been
in
New York.
Oh, no, I was here.
You were in New York last year.
Yeah, I went with one of my girlfriends to see a comedy show.
Right, exactly.
Which I thought was a good like Valentine's activity if you're single to go and do that.
I think it's great.
But I have some ideas for people listening a little later in the podcast today on activities you can do. But just talking about like dating in 2023 in general.
2024, Kim, you're missing a year. You're staying in the old year. We're in a new year, my love.
What the heck? Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess I've only gone on 2 dates in 2023. So none of them could be my Valentine. 2024. Oh my God. I only went on 2 dates in 2024.
That's enough.
Not really.
All you need is
So
one.
I don't think I'm going to get a Valentine in the next week.
No.
Frick.
I'll be your Valentine, Kim.
Okay, deal. I think that if there's obviously pressure around Valentine's Day to find a plan and things like that, whether you're single or in a relationship.
I don't think it's like New Year's. I feel like
it's the same kind of pressure.
It's also a commercial holiday. It's very good for the card business. I mean, I think everybody makes a big something out of really nothing. What I used to think was cute when the little children gave cards to each other in school when you were in secondary school, and everybody used to give everybody in the class a card. No, a little card.
Oh, I think it was
used to
called
come
a
in
candy
packages of like 40, and everybody would write love Gail, love Kim on it, and you'd hand it out to the different people and your teacher and whatever.
I think my school had like the a cappella group. You could have one of them like sing any song to somebody.
That's cute too. Well, that's when you're doing a serious Valentine.
I guess it's embarrassing if it's just, your crush or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you had like a good or a bad Valentine's moment, or they're all kind of the same?
Kimberly, I haven't really. I think they're all the same. They're not really, unless you get engaged on Valentine's Day, they're all the same. It's about a box of chocolate, about a little bouquet of flowers, and which is all very nice. But I think people put too much pressure on yourselves to make these holidays more than they really are. It's like New Year's Eve. Everybody has to have a date. You're always nervous about 12 o'clock not having someone to kiss. Valentine's Day is really low on the totem pole. It's very nice and it's very sweet. And I think it goes along with giving everybody hugs and kisses. I really don't think we should make a big fuss about it.
Do your friends celebrate Valentine's Day?
You know what? I don't think my friends do anything more than we do. You go out for dinner. I mean, what I like to do is maybe have a Bellini, which is an Italian champagne drink with peaches, and a bowl of pasta. To me, that's the ultimate dinner for Valentine's Day.
Last year, I I did something for my girlfriends, like a little Galentine's moment, and I linked I got a lot of those things from Amazon, and that's linked on our Amazon storefront, and people want to check it out. But I feel like a fun activity could be like watching movies with your friends, like a cute rom-com that isn't too romantic. Maybe something like Bridesmaids or Legally Blonde or Devil Wears Prada. Or you could do like a game night, do some crafting. You could do a DIY spa day kind of thing.
That's a fun thing. Actually, that's fun.
Go to karaoke. Like I feel like you make it more fun. So it's not like you're sitting depressed.
Well, you shouldn't be depressed anyway. No one should be depressed. It's no big deal. I mean, if you don't,
it's
have
a reminder
boyfriend,
that you're single.
Well, if you're single, you're doing it by choice. There are plenty of guys that are out there looking for girls. So, and I'm sure it's when you have when you don't have a steady boyfriend, many times it's because you didn't choose the person that was looking for you. So, you know what? You will eventually, everybody out there who's single will eventually find somebody. My grandmother used to say there's a cover for every pot. Eventually you find it. It maybe not Cary Grant or who you imagined it was going to be when you were 21, but eventually you find somebody who works for you and you can make a good couple with. So
yeah, I mean, I would
don't put undue pressure on yourselves, really.
I would rather be single on Valentine's Day than lonely in a relationship that I don't want to be in on Valentine's Day.
Well, that's terrible. But a lot of, lonely in a relationship, Kim, I tend to think that the 20-somethings are thinking too much about their emotions. They just don't go with the flow. You either make a date, you go out, you have a good time, stop thinking too intensely about everybody's imperfections. Overlook them.
Yeah, I'm going to completely disagree. I think you can definitely be in a relationship or be dating someone and not be happy just because there's another person there. They might not know what you need in a relationship. They might be a bad communicator.
Well, then you have to get out of that relationship if you can't.
Right, so that's why I said I'd rather be single than be in
absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't think somebody, and I'm going to say this to the audience, I don't think anybody else can make you happy. You have to find that happiness within. The other person, whether it be a man or the woman, they have to then share their things that are good about life and about what they do together in an eevening. But it can't, your inner happiness never really relies on somebody else.
Yeah, well, it's like additional happiness. Yeah. Like it's not
right.
to fill you, but it's like a cherry on top.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
When do you think you should start celebrating Valentine's Day with the person you were kind of seeing, like after one date, after your boyfriend and girlfriend, like?
Oh, I don't think you share Valentine's Day with a one or a second date.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
weird.
It has to be, first of all, it's ridiculous. This is a commercial holiday.
Yeah.
With the cupids and everything falling out of the sky with arrows. I mean, this is a made up thing. I mean, if you're going out with somebody on a steady basis, then do a little something special for each other.
But what if you're not boyfriend and girlfriend yet?
If you're not boyfriend and girlfriend, then no one's going to ask you out for Valentine's Day because they don't want to have to pay the extra expense for a fancy meal and flowers and candy.
Yeah.
I think it has to be somebody that really you are dating on a consistent basis.
Do you think one person in the relationship, once you are dating, should plan the Valentine's Day and like make the reservation, or it should be a joint
I think
effort?
Usually it's up to the man to do it because they always, in the past, that was a traditional outlook. But a lot of men say, you know what, you make better plans than I. You make the plan. You know what? And that works. I mean, because some people are better at reservations and making little plans than other people are. So I don't think it's a gender thing anymore. I think we all can make the plans. You just select who's going to do it. Don't wait till 6 o'clock on the 14th to make the plan, because then you're not getting in anywhere.
Yeah.
You won't even get a movie. Well, maybe you'll get a movie ticket.
Yeah. What about gifts? Same thing. Like you shouldn't get them a gift unless you are like
I don't think really a gift is appropriate. I think a cute card.
Yeah.
I think, flowers, a little chocolate. I think chocolate is always the thing to give. If you're dating a few times and you want to go out for that evening together, then bring a box of chocolate with a heart. It's cute. Mm-hmm. You can get it in CVS. You can get it in the supermarket. It doesn't have to be a lavish kind of thing. I think the emphasis should not be on the financial part as much as the thought. It's the thought that counts,
I think
really.
more so with this holiday than any other holiday, because it's like romantic.
It is. It's a sweet thing to do if you're going out with somebody. When you're buying gifts for each other, then you're in a steady relationship, and then that's different. And then you usually buy something your partner likes and would make them happy for that, that particular night. It really depends on where you are in your dating situation.
Yeah. And I think since it sort of comes right after the holiday season, which is expensive for a lot of people, like it's a perfect opportunity to do something more meaningful. So like I like a framed photo or a scrapbook or
whatever the other person might find interests them. If somebody plays golf and you're really into this guy, get a box of golf balls. If the girl likes to go to a spa or get a manicure, it's nothing wrong with putting a cute little card and giving her a manicure as a gift.
Totally.
In your local area. I think it really is the thought behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is really that you don't let the day go by without a kind thought.
Yeah. And like if you are going to do more than flowers and a handwritten card, which you really don't have to, but let's say gift giving is big in your relationship.
Okay.
Like I like something experiential too. So like maybe a cooking class you can do together or
something you can do together is really fun.
Yeah.
On the weekends. It would be a fun thing when you're both not working as hard as you all are. It would be a good thing. For older people who celebrate Valentine's Day, the card or the candy or the flowers is still very much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, not every couple, I imagine, if you've been married for 50 years, still even does the card and flowers.
I think they do. I think most people do that. They always. I don't know. I'm always in Publix buying Valentine cards, and they seem to be flying
somebody's
off the shelves.
buying them.
So somebody's buying them. I think, and they sell those little boxes of chocolate in the supermarket. I love them.
Yeah, no.
The cheaper the chocolate, the more I like it.
The best is just eating a box of chocolates by yourself and trying every single one. There's nothing like that.
Seeing which filling you like the best.
Yeah, that is the best thing ever. And do you think that couples should spend the same amount on each other?
No, I don't think there's a rule about that.
Yeah.
Let's say one of the partners is making a tremendous amount of money and wants to be a little, over the top in the gift. As long as it's understood by the partner that this is what they both want. If it intimidates the other person, if the woman is making much more than the man and the man feels intimidated, then I think it's wrong. This has to be discussed before, long before. But that's only when you're into serious dating. I still think it should be something that you both enjoy together. Going to a wonderful restaurant, having maybe an extra special bottle of wine, something that you will share together as a couple, or going to a show, either a local show in your area, or if you live in the New York metropolitan area, going to theater. I mean, all these things, they're wonderful things. They're going to which you can go for nothing. You can go into a museum and just, give a little bit of a donation to the museum, a couple of dollars when you walk in, and spend the afternoon together and go to see some beautiful artists. There's so many things to do together as a couple that would really be really nice.
At least with my friends, though, when they are buying each other gifts for their significant other.
Well, they're already significant others, Kim.
Yeah, no, I'm saying so like when they're in relationships and they're buying each other gifts, even if one person does make more than the other, they try to spend the same amount on the gift.
Oh, really? So they discuss it before?
Well, that's what I think. It's just like kind of an understanding. Like even in my past relationships, I'm trying to think if there was a discussion before, but I definitely know that I would feel weird if someone bought me a cashmere sweater and I bought them candy.
Oh, I don't think it should be. I think it's what you thought about. I think it's the thought. I mean, you know what? I remember when Poppy and I used to buy gifts. He always bought me the better gift of the two. If I had to buy him what he bought me, I'd be bankrupt.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's different. I think it's where you are in your relationship, what your partner does. Some men don't even want anything. There's nothing. They're not big into certainly not going to buy jewelry for a guy unless he wears an earring or whatever. And I'm sure he has a watch. And everyone's walking around with the Apple watches. They don't even want a real watch because you'll get mugged on the street in Manhattan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily talking about gifts that break the bank because I don't think anyone my age is really buying like diamond bracelets anyway, or if they are, like, you have my or find my number somehow. But like, let's say it's like something that's either $10 or $200.
Right.
That's
All
the
right.
difference I'm sort of
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
I think, like, I don't know, let's say someone gave you a gift for 10 and you spent 200. I think I'd feel a little stiff.
All right. Okay.
But
I
also,
don't think
do you
you should
then
think that.
like, let's say that happens, like, should you add something onto it after or
No.
something? Just
No.
leave
The
it
gift
as
is the gift.
The gift is the gift.
The gift is the gift.
And don't feel bad about it.
No, don't, absolutely not. You went and you thought about it. You picked something out. It's all about that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, though, if you are going out and you are planning a dinner together as a couple, you should try to be a little spiffy for that night. The guy can maybe wear a little nicer shirt than he would wear to the gym, and the girl could certainly put on a nicer sweater and a pair of pants or whatever, a little cute dress, just to make the evening look festive.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of brands try to, like, push red and pink and
I'm sure.
Sexy heels and things like that you can get. So maybe we'll give some people some ideas and find some stuff online for them.
Don't give me sexy heels because they'll be falling all over the place.
Right. You can give people some, like, nice sweater options.
Okay.
And we'll do a little collection of that. And whatever we end up doing, we'll share what we wear and our day as well. So I think it'll be fine. I'm not panicking about it.
Well, I don't think anybody should panic.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any headlines this week?
Well, this week, I really don't think there's anything going on except the conversation over the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift. I'm so tired of listening to that. Now it's been on every newscast. So even I, who don't follow football, am now watching this. It's like been a drama for the last season. So that certainly was fun. But I'm going to say what I must tell you. I went on an airplane this last week and I saw Barbie. And there's been a big controversy in the press, and especially with some of the award winners when the Academy Award nominations, that they felt Barbie was cheated. Now, I'm not a movie critic, but I do watch a lot of films and I read a lot of books. Mm-hmm. I honestly, and I love the Academy Awards is the only awards program I really do watch because it's the most talented movie that usually wins. I mean, there's always a mistake along the line in the last, I guess, 90
but a lot
years.
of TV shows are better than movies now.
That's true. But there's a certain thing about seeing something on a big screen. But that isn't what I was going to say. I put the movie on because I was sitting in the plane for 2.5 hours. I figured this was I would not go to the movie theater to see this.
Oh, I was there like opening night.
All right. So I went and watched this. And I can honestly understand. And there were a lot of comments.
You watched the full thing?
I watched the whole movie. There were a lot of comments on the by the press that this movie did not deserve any Academy Award, but because it was the largest grossing movie, that they should have. Well, I'm going to give you my opinion. Please, audience, don't get mad at me. And I agree with the critics. This is not an Academy Award-winning movie. Is it fun? Absolutely. Is it the cinematography terrific? Yes, it is. But it's like a children's movie made for adults or children as well. There's no acting, really. She's adorable. She's gorgeous. I mean, how much more beautiful is this Robbie woman than I don't know anybody that looks as beautiful
Margot
as
Robbie.
she is.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you on a few levels.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm in agreement with the critics. So it's a great, fun movie. Enjoyed it for the 2.5 hours. Very light and airy. Would I say this deserves an Academy Award? Absolutely not.
So I think you raised a few points. One is, you said the acting and stuff isn't worthy. Well, then do you not think any comedies should be?
There are very few comedies that ever get an Academy Award.
And I don't think we're thinking about that properly, because why should drama be a higher quality acting than comedy?
Because it usually is.
But it's really not, because comedy's very hard.
The only one, yes, it's very hard, but they're not really acting. They're saying different
acting.
bits. They're bits. They're on for a couple of minutes.
All right. This was a comedy movie.
I mean, if you're going to say that, then I think what's his name, who does Curb Your Enthusiasm, would win every year.
Well, he does get Emmy.
He gets an Emmy, but that's different.
The Oscars is movies. Why would a TV show get an Oscar?
but I'm saying, as far as being a comedian, he would be if he was.
Yeah, but Curb does get Emmy awards.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm not. I don't want to start a controversy
you're saying
over Barbie. It's not worth a conversation, to be very truthful. It really was not high up on the list of academic achievements.
My other point was, I don't think it was a basic comedy, because I think it did have some levels, and I think there was some depth, and I think it did.
What was the depth?
I think it captured how people think about the patriarchy in today's age very well.
I thought it was sad. I thought that's why the breakdown of the family is apparent in America, because of movies like that do this. It's not all about women. Women shouldn't be only
but that was the message.
No,
but
it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Barbie can't exist in her dream house world where all the women do their own thing and don't exclude. She owns up to that in the end, and she was like, "I'm sorry for
only at the
excluding
end."
Yeah, that's what she. And he can't exist in a world where it's all about
men,
right?
Exactly.
So I think they actually are making the point that you're making.
All right, okay.
And then my other point was, if the cinematography is good,
and that was very
and the
good.
Directing is good, and all these things, then what is making it?
No, I don't know if the directing is worthy of an award. I mean, she was very creative, very, very. It was really out of the box, fun movie for everybody to see for a light evening. But I don't think it's award-winning caliber. That's all. I think the cinematography should win something, and it probably will. I don't even know if it was up for if it got that award. The color, whoever did the color shots in the film, the color is beautiful.
Again, Greta Gerwig put all of these little things together to make.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
We're not taking anything away from her. I'm just talking about Academy Award level. I would hope that is not our level for the Academy Awards, and it's certainly next to Oppenheimer. You can't even compare it. There's no acting that can be compared to that.
Yeah,
but
I didn't really like a lot of the movies that were nominated. So
Oppenheimer's going to win everything, as it should, because it was the only film that really the acting stood out. But
I just
whatever.
don't the acting, but I really don't like Christopher Nolan films. Like, I can't hear anything. And if they took away the soundtrack, I don't think there would have been any drama.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, clearly we have different taste in film.
Correct. But it's good to be able to disagree.
Okay, another episode of Excuse My Grandma. Follow us on social media, on TikTok and Instagram. Share with your friends, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.